I ask people in health clubs, what are you doing? They say, I'm doing 3 sets of 10. And I say, why? Why don't you do 1 set of 30 and go home? And they have no idea. If I wanted to train you for strength, I'm going to use a lighter weight and more repetitions. So I'm going to find out how much weight we can put on there so you can do 15 repetitions, but you cannot do number 16. Then I'm going to give you a 30-second rest in which you go get a drink of water. Then we're going to come back and you're going to do your second set. Same weight, but you can't do 15 now. You can maybe only do 12. And then I give you a 30-second, no more than 90 seconds, rest, get another drink of water. Why? 78% of a muscle is made of water. If you don't feel the muscle, nothing will happen. You come back and you do your third set now, and maybe you can do 6 or 7. And I keep you at that weight until you can do 15 plus 15 plus 15. What does that tell you? The muscles have made adjustment to the weight. They now know what they're doing. And now I either increase the weight or increase the repetitions, or I change the angle from which it's working, and you start all over again. And then we develop the muscle again. That's how weight training is done. And that's why when you do exercise, have you ever noticed this? You think you're in really good shape for one thing, change the exercise, and you're sore the next day? And you can't figure out why you got sore? That's because the muscle cells that were being used in this position weren't being used in this position, and now you've challenged some more cells, and you're getting some connective tissue tearing, so you get sore again. That's why you have to train from a wide grip to a narrow grip, from a barbell to a dumbbell, from standing to sitting, from laying down to standing up, and you keep changing the angles. Every 8 to 10 weeks, you keep changing that angle to train the muscle. Kids can start weight training at very young ages. They can start at about age 10, but not with any weight, just an empty bar, something very light, because the kids don't have the hormone in their cells to develop muscle bulk, so there's no excuse for me trying to have a kid lift weights for maximum strength when he's only 10 or 11 or 12 years old, because all I want to work on is tendon and ligament strength with them. Now, football, basketball, soccer, walking, jogging, swimming, cycling, rowing, lifting weights. You're going to end up with something called oxidative stress. Have you heard of that one? Dr. Richard Du Bois, one of the finest physicians anywhere in the world, talks about oxidative stress. So I want to talk for a minute about oxidative stress. How would you explain that to somebody? We have 2 teams playing against each other. The first ones are called the antioxidants. That's the good team now. We got the ball. And they're playing against the free radicals. You have the ball, and you're running down the field to score, and everybody that's on that free radical team is trying to steal the ball. And every time we get the ball stolen, we're a little weaker. Because every one of those cells that has this ball that is trying to score and give you all the fuel you need to function is being attacked 10,000 times from one goal line to the next one. 10,000 times. Somebody's trying to steal the ball. So you got good cells in your body running around doing all the good things, and these lousy free radicals are coming in there trying to steal the good things out of that cell. And every time we get a weaker cell, we get less performance. We can yell at them. We can swear at them. We can call them names. We can do it all, and they cannot perform. And I didn't know that until I'd been coaching for 7 years, because I just did what everybody else taught me. So how do you get after those free radicals? It's called nutrition. You must be willing to eat good food. How are we supposed to do that? Vitamins, minerals, antioxidants are God-given in fresh, raw fruits and vegetables. We know that there are already found hundreds of antioxidants. They think there are thousands that they haven't found yet. Dr. Du Bois says, don't take vitamin and mineral supplements. He says everything you need is in fresh, raw fruits and vegetables. The problem with this whole theory is, if I was dying on my deathbed and we found out one piece of broccoli would save my life, I'll die. I don't like broccoli. You can't make me eat it because I won't do it. And so I had a real problem. And so it took me 2 years. 2 years of looking at different products to find out, is there an answer for this? And after 2 years of looking at research studies that were done in Europe, and not only in Europe, in the United States, checking the research out and talking to the nutritionists and the biochemists and the microbiologists that I've worked with over the years, I found a potential answer. I found something for you that if you hear about this, you should react to it positively. I found a company called NSA out of Memphis, Tennessee, that manufactures something called Juice Plus. And what they do is they take fresh, raw fruits and vegetables, they juice them, and then they take the water, the sugar, and the sodium out. They take what's left of that whole food and they put it in a little capsule. And they recommend that you take 2 in the morning, which are the fruit capsules, and 2 in the evening, and the vegetable capsules, which gives you 17 fresh, raw fruits and vegetables every day. That's a significant breakthrough, because you know what it is? Food. That's exciting. So, how do you get after those free radicals? It's called nutrition. How many of you have boys? Sooner or later they're going to come up and say, Mom, I want some more muscle. I want you to go to the store and I want you to buy me the XYZ Super Do Muscle Protein Mix. I want you to tell them this right away. Son, muscles are not made of protein. They're made of water. 78% of a muscle is made of water. It is not made of protein. But everybody's told muscles are made of protein, and therefore you need more protein. So you go down to the store and you buy a can of stuff which is about $40, very high protein. This is Super Do Muscle Grow Protein Mix. And you mix it up and you give it to the kids. Now, if you want to know what this stuff tastes like, I'll tell you, it tastes like chalk. They have strawberry chalk, chocolate chalk, and vanilla chalk. Now, how much protein do you need? If you eat 2 good meals a day, you take in roughly 2.5 times the amount of protein you even need. But the kid wants more, so you buy it and they eat it. Now, if they're in shape, if they're in really good shape physically, and their body takes in more protein than their body needs, your body doesn't know what to do with it. It's already got plenty. So if it's in really good shape, it'll take the protein, convert it back to muscle glycogen or glucose, muscle sugar, carbohydrate. Or we'll run it through the urinary tract into the toilet bowl. If you're out of shape, your body doesn't know what to do with the extra protein. It's already got plenty, and it's not in shape, so it can't convert it to glucose or glycogen, and it can't get rid of it. So it converts it back to fat and stores it for later. Somebody makes $40 a can, you get a fat toilet bowl. Do I need to supplement more protein? No, you get plenty of protein. Extra protein does not promote muscle growth. So, nutrition equals performance. If you don't fuel that little cell, then you cannot perform. We talked a little bit about muscle and protein. Let's talk about pregame meals for a minute. What is recommended by the top nutritionists in the world? They will tell you that pregame meals should be taken in roughly 2.5 to 6 hours prior to a competition or to a heavy workout. Now, I actually moved this. They told me 4 to 6 hours. I was thinking about that, and I remember when I was playing football at San Jose State University, if I ate 4 hours before a game, by the time I got to the game, I was starving to death again. We found out if you eat the right foods, you can get them through the gastrointestinal tract very quickly. So it doesn't sit there fermenting. Can you imagine the gymnasts that I had at Cal State Northridge, when they would come to practice for 6 hours of practice every day, 7 days a week? The kids had been in school from 7 in the morning to 2 o'clock in the afternoon. They come in, we got 6 hours of practice. You know what I did? We had our boosters club bring in a big giant bowl every day of fruits. And they'd put it in our training room, and the kids come in, they'd get a little plate, they'd put all these fruits on it, they'd go down to the locker room, change their clothes, come. I never had a kid come to practice hungry. We never had a kid get hurt because he was hungry or she was hungry during practice. So pre-game, I would recommend you would want to give them the Juice Plus capsules in the morning with their breakfast. 2.5 hours before the competition, whatever fits them, they have their meal. And if they won't do that, have a modified liquid meal. If you are like Coach Medina and you have gastrointestinal problems, in other words, you've eaten and then you got stomach cramps and diarrhea and you get headaches before the game, then they recommend a moderate liquid meal. Now, you got to remember, I'm a coach who analyzes all this stuff that's in the marketplace. I look at all of them. There is something that I recommend based on what Dr. Roy Vartabedian, who I consider not only be my friend, but one of the finest, if not the finest nutritionists anywhere in the world. And he will tell you that he took all of these things that are on the marketplace today, all of them, and he recommended something called Juice Plus Light. almost 5 to 6 times better than anything that we can find anywhere in the marketplace. Why? Not because it's high in protein, because it's balanced nutrition. And I would recommend the Juice Plus Light because it is all complete. Everything is there, and you can even mix it with something. Mix it with a banana to get a little bit of extra potassium. Mix it with something that kids like and let them drink it. Then you got to go to competition. During competition, the most important nutrient there is